Good morning. It is 9:45 a.m. on Wednesday, February 16th, 2022. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I've been up for a little bit, but not that long. This is 5 more minutes. I'm currently in a different location. You can't probably tell from the wallpaper or the hanging art, but I am in North Carolina. I'm going to be heading later today to the retreat proper, but last night, I stayed with a friend. It was fun. We watched Ant-Man, among other things. We had, hung out and did some other things, but Ant-Man was the highlight. It's a good movie, it turns out. I mean, not that I didn't know that already. I had seen it, she had not. Anyway, hanging out here. I've got a little bit of anxiety recording this video just because I recently let this laptop update to Windows 11 and now it's having some performance struggles, and I'm a little frustrated because, I didn't have to let it update, but I don't know. Hopefully that'll, smooth out over time. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm just kind of hanging out here. I don't need to make my longer drive today until a little later, but in the meantime, I just have a nice leisurely morning. I had some breakfast. I'm going to go take a shower in a little bit, and looking forward to getting into this whole thing, like the getting back into writing mode. And I've been still just thinking about a little bit more about what I was talking about yesterday, where if I have, like 6 or 7 chapters worth of something, but I know that I want to make a pretty substantial change to the world building of it, that doesn't necessarily change the overall plot so much as some specific ins and outs of the action, or it doesn't have to anyway. But I think the question just becomes, do I start by going and rewriting the stuff that I've got already to make that change because it might actually inspire some bigger change? Or do I just go ahead and start with the new stuff where where it's ready to continue and write it as though I've had this other change in place all along? Like, I think in some ways that latter approach favors the idea of getting new words down over rewriting, which has been an issue for me, where I have a tendency, even though I enjoy writing new words more, I feel like I have to get the older words right first, and then I end up just tinkering endlessly. But I think that's less of an issue here because I will be able to get through that rewriting phase. I think I can do it relatively quickly in this particular work. I mean, how much could it really change the plot to give all of the characters magic powers? I'm joking, kind of not about that detail. Um, I don't know. I guess, see, maybe part of what I'm getting hung up on here is the idea that there's some perfect right answer, and that if I don't get the perfect right answer and do it that way, then everything is somehow all for naught, which is ridiculous. There's a million different ways to do it, and all of them are fine. You know what I mean? It's like maybe some are more efficient than others or better for some people's processes or whatever. Yeah, maybe that's part of what's going on here in my head, is that I'm getting too hung up on the idea that I have to do it the right way, as though there's only one right way. And that's just not true. I know that's not true. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pass a quick pass on what's there already so that I won't have it like hanging over me as I try to move forward. And who knows, it might inspire some of what's going on. After all, what's the point of making the change if I don't think it would actually have any impact on the story that I've written so far? Right? I mean, I clearly don't think that it would have no impact, or else why would I bother? Although, actually, part of why I'm bothering in this case is because I just want the story to kind of think bigger than it has been. You know what I mean? Like, it can be more already than it is. And making it a bit more fantastical is kind of the direction I'm leaning with it right now. In any case, I guess we'll find out. But in the meantime, I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.